Well, hello there. Today we're going to be talking about the Gamemaster Apprentice Deck 2nd edition. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Sacred Art of Gaming, where we love talking about tabletop gaming and cards. We love cards here. And these cards I've had my eyes on for quite some time. And the reason why I didn't jump on them initially, right out the gate, was two kind of silly reasons. First off, I looked at the card and I was like, overload. Too much information. The other thing that kind of bothered me, oddly, which was that it's double-sided. There's no back. I felt like it ruined the surprise. I don't feel that way anymore. As a comparison, a card set that I also really love, looking at these side by side, I feel like there are pros and cons to each of these. Let's walk through the card in its entirety here, because there is quite a bit to unpack. And then maybe, just maybe, we'll do like a quick little walkthrough. I've got a little Dragonbane character sheet I could probably use, or I've got Knave nearby. From the top, we have, and maybe I'll show you here too, better. Maybe starting from the top left, and we'll work our way around clockwise. So on the top left here, we have a difficulty modifier. This is from, I believe, 1 to 10. And it just kind of gives you an idea as to like how difficult something could be. I kind of love this idea because something I kind of hate in solo play is arbitrarily deciding what the difficulty is. Did I make it difficult enough? Did I make it too difficult? I don't know. This is something that you could lean on and then make a determination. Let's say 4. 4 is probably somewhere in average land, right? It's average DC. If it was like a 9, I'd say that's really hard. If it was like a 2, that'd be pretty easy. Now we have our odds. If the odds of something being true is bad, it's yes for this specific example. If it's even, 50-50, it's a no but with the question mark. If the odds are good, then it's a yes but. And as you can see, it's different on this one as a different example. Then continuing, we have a little compass looking thing that just kind of, I believe this is scatter dice is what they refer to, or at least that's the middle part. So you don't even need dice here if you're rolling anything, really, because we've got D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, D20, and then this is a D100, and I'm not sure what this one is. What is that? Oh, haha. I think it's both the D10s, I bet. Yeah, so that's your percentile. So 65, 43. Got it. So there's that. And then we also have the arrow. Man, there's a lot in this card deck. The arrow, and I think we need a few examples. Ah, yes. Here we go. Took a long time to find that other example. This, I think, comes up in Savage Worlds as a perfect example. If you're doing something like a grenade, that's usually what I think of. And let's say you throw something and it doesn't quite hit the target of what you intended, or sometimes a rocket. This could also be the case. I know, kind of far away from fantasy. This gives you a direction for where it goes. So let's say you throw a grenade, it bounces off a thing right here, and it's actually going to bounce in this direction because of this arrow. If you get this, the sunshine here, it's a direct hit. And then if you get this minus sign, it just completely whiffed. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Okay, now to continue with one card, we also have images. So they're kind of tucked up in the top right here, but you do have 2 images to go off of. Let's kind of look a little bit. Looks like we have a rocket, an elf ear with an earring. There's a lot there that you could, depending on your game. This is the general GMA 2 deck. I do also have the Cyberpunk and the Post-Apocalyptic decks here, just to give you a feel. I think these are the only ones when I bought them, anyways, that were in the 2nd edition. So this is only the 2nd edition versions. Okay, but wait, there's more. We also have our oracles here, which are kind of like your descriptor, your focus, etc. So weaken, impending, rebellion. Now where this is nice, you're getting a lot of information and we're only right here. Think about how many die rolls that would have been. So that saves a lot of time. You can, depending on how you feel about it, you just slap one card down there and you can just kind of start your way at the top and work your way down, or you can pull another card if you feel like that's something new, however you want to handle it. But yeah, in this scenario, weaken, impending, rebellion, got it. Now we are going to go down here, and I would like to get a few examples of that as well. Here's a few examples. Now this is really good for like a dungeon or maybe even hex crawling, for example. You'll see that there's north, south, east, west, although it's kind of on an angle. If it has that little cross on the line there, that means that there's an obstacle, it's blocked. Pretty much north, south, and northwest, they all have some type of obstacle there. But if you were to go southeast, there's a path. There's nothing blocked there and it's a full line. Now notice here, we have an obstacle down here. We have a straight line over here, but then this one, this little stubby line, that's actually a dead end. And then our last little example is these little dotted lines, and that's actually a hidden path. So yeah, I really dig that. That's pretty cool. We continue our adventure through the card. We have 3 names right there, as well as 3 traits. We have some flavor text at the bottom. I hate you so much right now. And then if you're curious of what card this is, it's technically 120 cards per deck, which is why it's double-sided, because 120 cards is a lot of cards. So 60 cards front and back, that's a little bit easier to deal with. And I'll kind of give you a tip on how I get over it being double-sided personally. So as we continue around here, we also have the situation. You've got 3 options here: earthquake, fjord, or find a purpose. All of those could be utilized. And then belongings. Maybe you just killed someone and you want to know what they have on them. Well, in this case, it's disgusting used trash. A handkerchief, bandages, and a biohazard bag. That last one, maybe not good for fantasy, but you could reflavor it or just draw another card. We continue our way up, and then this one, reveal a bond or connection, save a newbie from themselves, an ally is questioned about you. This is painting a scene. And then we work our way up to right here. This is giving you things to look at with your senses, which for me is huge because sometimes I'm unsure, especially on something like smell. But here we have, you hear faint buzzing, you see bloodshot eyes, you feel droplets splatter you, and you smell cloying perfume. We have intense vinegar, you feel that you are awake but paralyzed. A lot of good stuff there. And I think that is the whole card. Very cool. All right, I dig that a lot. And just to give you a feel for the art and some of the stuff for like Cyberpunk, for example, and I imagine all of the cards are going to have very evocative feel like these do. And this would be better for like a more specific game, something like Cyborg. I was just talking about Cyberpunk games today, so I've got a bunch in my head. Interface Zero, Sprawl Runners, The Sprawl, Cyberpunk Red, or whatever the hell it is. That one I actually don't own. Hack the World. Tell me some other cool Cyberpunk games that I have not played. You're in a Cyberpunk world. We've got these cool little symbols to go off of. We've got our challenge, so this is like kind of average. Let's say we, I don't know, we roll a D20, which I guess in this case would be a natural 20. Defenestrate, I'd have to Google that word. Sacrilegious, an investment, that being your spark tables. I hear a cyberdeck modem screaming. I see a brightly colored skin. I feel a wave of dizziness and nausea, and I smell a clinical hospital quality. Sometimes you won't even need like everything. You just need a thing. So like, let's say I'm like, ooh, I want a weird smell. Let's find a weird smell. I'm in a cyberpunk world. What is the weird smell? The weird smell is sage incense. That's odd. So we've got all these like little needles for the picture, as well as it looks like 2 people linked up. If you like images, that's really cool. We're speaking to Azura. Looks like there's a hidden path wherever we are right now. Azura seems, has a face tattoo, and is either honest or treacherous. We could decide. 7 Seas Aquaculture for the flavor text there. The situation is that maybe Azura is an old acquaintance, and then on her, I'm assuming her, has stolen corporate secrets, as well as maybe some drugs and unreleased mods. I dig it. Very cool. And then to give you an example of post-apocalypse, that cloud really sent me there for a second. I noticed they're color-coded too, so there's 2 different colors to the images, so you could even put something to that. We've got, it's worth noting too that I believe the difficulty modifier has a bell curve, if I recall correctly. Here's a 10. I feel like there was a lot of average, but yeah, there's an example of a 10. Because you do see a lot in the middle. I see a 3, I think, is the lowest I've seen. Don't think I've seen a 2. Yeah, it looks like the lowest I've seen is a 3. Okay, so here we are in a post-apocalyptic world. Average. So we've got some type of cloud justice with a panel of people here. That's very interesting. A 99 on a percentile roll. The situation is rearrange, helpful solution. That's actually all kind of linking up pretty well. We've got a dead end over here, an obstacle down here, and 2 other paths from wherever we are. I see some discarded armor. Tank is someone that I'm dealing with, and Tank has an old injury. The situation, we're in a cult compound, of course, right outside of Cheryl's Moto Club, of course, or maybe we were kidnapped from there. Tank maybe has a polygraph machine. Okay. Someone hit my funny bone, we'll say. I smell abrasive, eye-watering bleach. I dig that. Really cool. And now to give you some kind of example. And I do like the idea of kind of comparing these. I think these 2 cards are really just for 2 different types of scenarios. I don't think they're even for 2 different people because I enjoy both of these. Keep in mind the names here tend to be more modern because they are specific to a more modern setting. I do like how clean this is in a lot of ways. This is an actual card too. That's a benefit there. And then you also have the 2d6. This gives you a lot more information. It is not a card deck. You can't do 2d6. I think those are probably the main differences between the 2. This one also has a backing, and that is the solo RPG playing cards, which I do also love. This being the Gamemaster Apprentice cards. All right, don't forget when you're shuffling to flip cards as well in this case. All right, so let's say this is Fallon Silverstone. This is one of my Dragonbane characters, and it's just here, so we'll just use it. Who is Fallon Silverstone? Well, I believe he's a knight. Yeah, he's an old knight. He's a dwarf. He's got chainmail. He's got a flail. He's got a small shield. That's kind of the main stuff that you really need to know here. We'll kind of keep it simple, but just to show you like how much you could use these cards for. I know nothing. This is a knight. He's a dwarf. Let's kind of get a general sense of, I'm going to look at this card and kind of think about what I want to focus on before I focus on it. And what I'm going to do, because this was face up, I'm actually going to flip this. And I think what I'm really looking for, generally speaking, is maybe like, what is around me? What do I hear? What do I see? And what do I smell? I don't think I'm actually going to feel anything. So I'm going to flip this over. Fervent preaching, very interesting. A gathering crowd and sweaty beasts of burden. Okay, so this is framing the scene. Very cool, very cool. Now what I want to do is I'm actually going to apply an oracle. I'm either going to use 3 words or the icons or a mixture of the 2. Let's see how I feel. Grow, uncertain path. We also have a slide. And what is this? Someone knocked out. I think we're going to go with the grow, uncertain path, or you could even do some combination of the 2 here. Fervent preaching, a gathering crowd, sweaty beasts of burden, grow, uncertain path. It sounds to me like there is some type of following, some type of religious following, I would even say, that is gathering within. Maybe this is a small town, and maybe this group is going through the town and trying to get more and more followers. Is this evil, or does it appear evil to my character? We'll say 50-50 odds. Yes, yes, it does appear evil. Very interesting. Okay, what would be the difficulty of me potentially chiming in and arguing? I'm assuming this knight character that I have is somewhat holy. So what would the difficulty be? A 4. I guess because the bell curve, you're going to get a lot in the middle, and we saw like 3 to 10. I guess we'd have to determine like how much nuance is there, because just as simple as it being like average won't be enough for, especially for this system with Dragonbane, which I guess maybe doesn't matter, but you got to see an example of it in play, I suppose. So yeah, it would be average to kind of speak to some of the villagers and speak on their behalf, but again, doesn't really matter for Dragonbane too much. So I am actually going to argue against. I have a 13 in Persuasion. I don't have any other abilities for that specifically. So yeah, we're looking for a 13 or better on a d20. And we got an 11, so we are good. Ideally, I probably would have given my case, right? I would have actually role-played that out and basically said, yes, don't listen to these people. They are just trying to pull you into their cult. They have malicious intent. I don't know what it is, but I know it when I see it. I've seen it many times before. That does help. Now, maybe the person that is preaching, the main person, gets upset, kind of gets in my face. Do they come alone? Is it just them? We'll say 50-50. Yes, they do come alone. That is good news for me. So they approach me and they tell me that, well, what is their name? What is their name and how do they seem? Let's see. Marcus. Their name is Marcus. And their voice cracks. I like that. So maybe as they come down, maybe they're on some type of elevated, like those town square things where someone gets up a platform or whatever and is speaking. They just hijack that temporarily as they're going through. Their voice cracks because I'm a knight. I'm in armor. I've got a flail. The situation. Battleground makeup after an argument. Traveling players. I would like to, let's flip a card. He's clearly kind of nervous. Let's see what the situation is in the middle here. New abilities change the game. I don't like that one. I'm just going to get a different one. A local hero wants to chat. Okay, so maybe someone sees what I'm doing. This person, was it Marcus? Was it Marcus? I think it was. Marcus. Marcus gets in my face and is kind of scared. Again, we don't have intimidation, but maybe we don't really need it because we did our persuasion roll and we did pretty well. And it seems like they are going on about their day. And this local hero pulls me aside. Their name is, we'll say Volos. What is Volos like? Seems loyal. Loyal, maybe even oddly still. Belongings. Has a symbolic pin. Some type of certificate of achievement. Yeah, I like that. All right, really cool. Maybe some type of local guard. And pulls me aside. And what does he want to talk to me about? Let's take a look at these. Detect treacherous deity. This is perfect. Okay, lets us know that, yeah, there is some funny business going on around here. It seems like I may be the kind of person who can track this down. For the sake of adventure, let's say one of the goons busts in and decides they are going to attack us. We're in a building. Actually, so we can use an example. Let's say he brought me downstairs, like the basement of the tavern. What's down there directionally? So looks like there is an obstacle in one way. Maybe there's like a bunch of like barrels and stuff that you can't really traverse. It's a fire hazard, clearly. There is one path, which is probably the way this person is coming. But there is also a hidden path that we're seeing here to the northwest. Does the person that's with us, our little ally, do they know about the path? Yes, we'll say likely. We'll say likely. So the odds are good. Let's see. Yes, they do know about the hidden path. Now, I'm probably not good at sneaking. I actually have a Bane on sneaking. So I'm actually going to pull 2 D20 cards. Can we sneak out before, these goons come down and deal with me? I have a 5, that's going to be 2 D20s, probably not. That is a 10, and that is a 19, so no. I tell him, I'm like, go, I will deal with this. You know what I just no, this won't work actually. But we'll say we pull initiative cards. We'll say I go first, just for the sake of this example. I go first, I have a flail. Flail, I'm assuming, is under hammers, because that is what his highest one is. I'm going to attack this goon, and I succeed. That is a 7. I needed a 12 or lower. My flail does 2d8 damage. There's 1d8. There's 2d8. So that is a total of 5 damage. Great. It is toppling. Because I'm playing solo, I get to have multiple cards. So we'll say he goes to attack me back, and I'm probably going to want to parry. This threw me off for a second. Pretty sure it's still the hammer skill. There's no shield skill. So again, looking for a 12 or lower. I go to parry this attack. It is a 2. I'm good. So that is my turn. Let's say the goons, let's say there's an additional goon and he goes to attack me now. D6 for their AI. So that is a 1. 1 being like a pretty standard attack for them. He just goes to hit me, and let's say he does D6 damage. That is 5. I have 4 armor, so I take 1. Take 1 damage. New initiative, I get to go. Am I gonna just hammer again? Probably. That is a crit. That is a dragon, so that is excellent. I'm trying to remember, I forget how the bonus damage works, or the crit. We'll just like double it probably. So here's my 2d8. That is a 2 and a 7. Very good. He's definitely just toast. So knocked him the hell out with my flail. The other goon goes to run away. I have nothing that can really help me with that. If I say like, freeze, halt, we'll say that's with a Bane for persuasion. So yeah, I've already failed. That is a crit fail. I say freeze, he runs off, does not care, and is probably going to the other people. But hopefully that gave you a quick little example as to how much you can do with these cards. Now I think to really bring this home here, we did that pretty quick. We got a lot of stuff on the cards, and you know, you can always use them this way and then flip them back the other way, shuffle them however you want to do it. And this is by, was it Nathan Harwood, I believe? Such a gentleman, Nathan Harwood. Very nice guy. I'm so sorry if I got that name wrong. I'm using my phone as a camera, so I'm in the dark. But yeah, really digging the cards, and I'm looking forward to the new cards whenever they come out, because Cyberpunk and Post-Apocalyptic, probably not the types of games I play the most, but that's why we have the general deck here, which can be pretty handy. So let me know your thoughts. What kind of fun stuff do you use whenever you are playing solo? Do you like to use cards? And I mean, that was crazy. We didn't have to use any dice at all, which I love to use dice. I would probably still roll dice while playing, but you get so much out of this otherwise. But yeah, what other fun stuff do you like to use in your solo plays? Let me know in the comments down below. I don't know, I probably have links and stuff down there if you want to support the channel. And I will see you in the next one. After you like, comment, subscribe, of course. And I'll see you in the next one as we continue to explore the sacred art of gaming together.